Yeah, okay, timer's working. Okay, so this is, what is this, 5.3? Yeah, 5.3. So this one's about modeling, modeling with division. And a lot of the problems they ask you to model, and I will not. I'll just want you to solve it. So let's see here. The first example says Emily has a rectangular garden with an area of 360 square feet. The length of her garden measures 20 feet. How many feet wide is her garden? And let's see. So they set it up here. We have one side, which is 20. And then we have 360 in here. So really it's going to be 360 divided by 20. And so the width is what we're looking for. And you can see what they've done here. I think it would be pretty obvious that 20 times 10 would be 200. And then 20 times 8 would be 160, and if you add those together, you do have 360. And so 10 and 8 would be what would go up top. Let's move down here. I'm looking at the convince me. And so we're looking for x. Now, before I point some things out, here's what we're trying to do. It's going to be 408 divided by 12. So watch what I do here. 408, and I'm simply dividing by 12. How many times? Well, 12 doesn't go into 4, but how many times does 12 go into 40?
Twice.
Twice would be 24. Can it go in once more? Yeah, it can go in once more. It can go in 3 times actually for 36. And then I'm going to subtract. Now, some of you were asking me about the steps yesterday for some of these, so pay attention. So I'm going to subtract 36 from 40. What's left over? It's 4. But we're not done yet. Got to account for that 8, so I got to bring down the 8. Now we have 48. So the next question is, how many times does 12 go into 48? I heard somebody say it 4 times. And that is exactly 48. And if I subtract it, of course, nothing is left over. So 12 goes into 408 34 times. Now, take a look at this, this rectangular, graph, chart, all right? Model, probably be the best word. And I just want you guys to recognize some things here. So the 12 is right here. And the 408 is these two added up. And then I have a 30, which is this right here. What is the one number that I've not accounted for? I've accounted for the 12. Good morning. I've accounted for the 12, and I've accounted for the 408, which is the 360 and the 48 added together. And then this right here, that's the 30 because it's in the tens place. What are we looking for? The 4. So that x would be 4. That's the one number that's unaccounted for. So I think that's a good example. And if you guys want to, write that down, and if you've got different colored pencils, it might help you identify the different things in these models that they do. All right. So let's move down. And I'm looking at the guided practice, and I'm looking at number 1 here. And it says, write the missing numbers to find 154 divided by 11. Well, there's the 11 right there. That's accounted for. So let's do it this way. What's 11 times 10? If I needed to figure out just this area right here, it's 110. Okay. So what's 11 times 4?
24.
That was pretty easy. You know what, and I'm not worried about this. You guys can just put an X through that. And all of you can do 2 right now. Number 2, this one right here. And let me pull a stick. So the first area that I'm going to ask about would be the 10 and the 12, and that would be this area right here. And the second one I will ask about would be this right here, which would be the 3 and the 12. All right, so the first area, the one that's shaded in that red, Mr. Button, what would that be? Yeah, 120. It's pretty obvious here, 120. And then the area in blue, put up 20 points. Miss Jennings, the area in blue, what would that be? If you needed to figure out this area right here.
36.
Yeah, 36. 36. Area is simply length times width. So 156 divided by 12 is what? 13. Okay, yeah, put up 20 points on. All right. So in these problems here, so in 3 and 4, and I think also for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, looks like 5 I did for you, it's 14. Oh, and then these 2 blanks right here. I want you to find those. So, and I just wrote solve. I'm not asking for you to draw a model. Just solve them. Just solve them. Okay? And make note of that in your notebook. Okay, problem solving. I'm looking at number 12 here. Angela was training for a long distance bicycle ride. Travels 15 miles each hour. How many hours will it take him to ride 210 miles? I'm going to pull a stick here, and I want you to tell me not the answer, just the equation. How would you solve that? Miss Ugisa, number 12. He's traveling 15 miles an hour. And how many hours would it take him to ride 210 miles? How would you set that up?
So I would set that up 210 divided by 15.
Yeah, 210 divided by 15. Okay, or you could just set it up, 210 divided by 15. Same thing. Okay, good, put up 20 points. Number 13, a rectangular doormat is 21 inches long and has an area of 714. So I'm going to draw that. Where's my... Oh, I didn't set that up yet. The shapes. Pencil toolbox? Oh, there we go. So I'm going to draw a shape here. So 21 inches long. Well, I'm not quite sure yeah, let's just do this. That might be backwards, but we'll find out here. So, let me try this. I wonder, I'm cheating here. I'm using my calculator because I want to get my shape right. I know it, huh? Okay. So I'm going to hit undo. I'm going to make the shape more like this. Okay, that's a little more accurate. All right. So I'm going to write 21 inches. And then it's a question mark what this is. And this is 714 inches squared. All right. So that's what that area is, 714 inches squared. And so what you need to find for that one is, now how do I get rid of how do I close that? Do I touch it? Oh, interesting. Huh. I guess it's there to stay. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah, so for number 13, and I'll just draw a little arrow here, that's what that one is about. So you need to find out one of the sides. Okay. All right, 14. Use the map. How much longer is the distance from the library to the park, to the train station, than the distance from the library straight to this train station? So I'm going to highlight here. So how much longer is the distance from the library to the park to the train station? So from the library to the park to the train station. The other distance they're asking about is then the distance from the library straight to the train station. Here's the library straight to the train station. And the question is how much longer? So we're talking about the difference. And when we're talking about the difference, what are we talking about? Subtraction. So that's a subtraction problem. All right, number 15, if you walk from the train station to the library, then to the park, and then back to the train station, how many miles would you have walked in all? All right, you guys can do that. How many miles would you have walked in all? And it says write an equation to model your work. You can do that. You're going to be adding up some numbers. Yeah, Mr. Lee De La Rosa, question?
On the first one, would we add...
When you say first one, you're talking about 14 or 12? 14, go ahead.
Would we add 2.14 and 2.9 and then subtract that from 3.82?
Yes, because it's asking how much longer is it. So you're going to subtract, see the difference between the two. So you're going to subtract, for number 14, you're going to subtract the shorter distance from the longer distance and see how much longer it is. Good question. All right, number 16. We're under 15 minutes so far. Explain how you can use the picture to show that 391 divided by 23 equals 17. So, well, I'd be happy if you guys can just tell me what this is. All right. 17 and 18, multiple choice, you can do those, and that's it. Gosh, under 15 minutes.